Today on Investigate TV Plus, armed and mistaken.
Police search warrant, come to the door!
Across the country, law enforcement raid the wrong houses. And in one case, federal agents smash into a home and detain a family at gunpoint before realizing they had the incorrect address.
Oh my God, I believe they got the wrong house.
Now the couple mistakenly targeted by the feds faces legal roadblocks as they attempt to sue for damages.
He went to court, and the court ruled in favor of the FBI.
Yes. We take an in-depth look at the botched raid, what it took from one young man, and
We can't do anything about what happened to us, but we can stop it, hopefully, from happening to someone else.
provide insight into a Supreme Court ruling that may be a game changer for their case.
Then, behind the badge.
My career's filled with death, pretty much.
Police officers routinely face high-stress situations, but sometimes stigma prevents many of them from seeking self-care. We examine the landscape of mental health in law enforcement and explore solutions connecting officers to critical resources.
And stinging, sticky, and sweet.
Why do you do this? Because I love it.
A Vermont man finds inspiration buzzing inside a hive.
In-depth stories that inform and inspire. You're watching Investigate TV Plus.
Sheriff's officers!
Armed officers with weapons ready burst through a door, only to realize it's the wrong address.
Inside the Georgia home, a 78-year-old man became an innocent victim of a mistake. This nightmare scenario has played out in communities for years. Sometimes it's the result of bad intelligence or an officer's error. I'm T. Chappelle.
And I'm Lee Zurich. While there's no national data, civil rights groups say wrong house raids occur with alarming frequency. And for victims, the experience leaves lasting scars. Investigative reporter Brennan Keith examines one such raid in one Atlanta family's fight to hold the federal government accountable.
Police search warrant, come to the door!
Innocent families.
Coming down the stairs!
From Ohio
Police search warrant!
to Missouri,
Police search warrant!
I just don't understand how they could confuse the addresses.
Kansas,
Guns drawn, there's about 15 cop cars. They're all hiding behind the doors with the guns pointed at my house. They literally came here on a whim thinking that I killed someone.
She and her boyfriend were held in cuffs for an hour before police finally let them go.
Georgia,
Sheriff's officers!
and this home in Atlanta.
I don't feel as if any kid should go through what I went through.
1 second, you're sound asleep. The next second, the FBI is in your bedroom.
1 second I'm asleep, next thing I know, I have a gun pointed at my face.
Gabe Watson was just 7 years old in 2017 when the FBI raided the wrong house in the middle of the night.
Did you scream out for your mom? What did you do?
I was actually crying for my mom. I was just crying, hiding under my blankets, holding my hands in the air.
I would fight a lion with my bare hands to protect my child. And the thought of me not being able to get to him, that's the most devastating. As a parent, when you can't protect your child, it's the most devastating feeling ever. In my mind, it was just like, whoever this is, they're coming in to kill us.
Was your hand on the gun or close to it?
At this point, my hand was on the door because they're pulling on the door. The guns is right here, right at my side.
And I was just right here like, please, can I get my son? Can I get my son? And he kept telling me to be quiet, shut up. And I look up, it's such a flashing light, and I just see SWAT, and I'm like, it can't be SWAT, it can't be SWAT.
Throw me down on the ground, on the floor right here. I was saying to myself, oh my God, I believe they got the wrong house.
The FBI did have a search warrant, but it was for an entirely different address, 3 doors down and across the street. This footage from Atlanta police securing the perimeter is the only video of the raid. You can see the FBI SWAT team walking out of the Martin home. The wrong address clearly visible on the mailbox by the police cars.
Moving down the road. They said we're moving down the road.
So we're not holding perimeter for them while they search?
They said they're moving down the road.
The agents went to the next block and raided the house that was on the original warrant.
Your door was off the hinges, right?
It was.
You had no way to secure your home that night.
I spent the night on the couch facing that door. because it was open.
And you had no idea what was coming next?
Didn't have any idea what was coming next.
So they knocked the door down, and yes, it was a shocking experience, but in the end, no one was hurt, and it didn't really cost you anything. What has this cost you?
This costed me my childhood, you know?
This is the FBI photo of the target house from earlier surveillance. And this is the Martins house the FBI SWAT team photographed the day before the raid.
You went to court, and the court ruled in favor of the FBI.
Yes.
And then you went to the appeals court, and the appeals court ruled in favor of the FBI.
Yes.
And now we've gone all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and they've taken the case.
They've taken the case. They've taken the case. And then I just think about my son, he's 7, and just the trauma he went through, and just for finally somebody just to hear us out, just hear us.
Just 4 months after the Martin family raid,
This house?
just 2 counties away,
This house? Sheriff's officer!
a Henry County SWAT team raided the wrong house and detained the innocent 78-year-old homeowner.
Stop your hands! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
Just like the FBI raid at the Martins,
Stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by.
the SWAT team relied on directions from the GPS on an agent's phone.
Missed it.
And the same federal appeals court in Atlanta ruled the police could not be sued.
After this happened to your family, it has happened to family and family and family.
And we're just sitting back shaking our heads like, when is it gonna stop? And hopefully we are the ones that'll help to make that change. You know, we can't do anything about what happened to us, but we can stop it, hopefully, from happening to someone else.
In June 2025, the Supreme Court revived the Martins lawsuit.
The decision means the case can continue to press claims alleging assault, battery, and false imprisonment under a law called the Federal Tort Claims Act, one of the few avenues to hold federal officials accountable. The Federal Tort Claims Act, as the name implies, is only for legal action against federal agencies. The case will not have any effect on wrong house raids conducted by local authorities.
In a statement, an attorney for the Martin family wrote, "We look forward to continuing this fight with the Martins in the 11th Circuit and making it easier for everyday people to hold the government accountable for its mistaken and intentional violations of individual rights." The U.S. Justice Department has not commented.
Still ahead, a specialized massage goes beyond your muscles to benefit your body.
We are focused on that fluid that runs just under your skin.
We provide insight into lymphatic drainage and the chronic conditions it helps relieve.
But first, police officers are expected to maintain a brave front while enduring high stress. We examine what some consider a crisis in law enforcement and a solution aimed at ending the stigma around their mental health.
Our in-depth coverage continues. You can get connected to Investigate TV Plus on all social media platforms.
It's described by some experts as a significant public health concern for the men and women whose job it is to protect and serve our communities.
Studies show police officers are more likely to experience mental health problems than the general population because law enforcement work exposes officers to high-stress situations and traumatic events. It can potentially lead to conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder, substance misuse, depression, and anxiety.
Reporter Caroline Hecker examines the high-stress nature of the job, how one officer struggled in silence while working to protect others, and how he turned his challenge into a safe place for men and women in uniform.
For the last 13 years, Matt Furkovic has worked for the O'Fallon Police Department, now accompanied by K-9 Loki.
A little tail wag again.
The job has exposed him to traffic stops.
Do you have an ID or anything with you?
High-risk search warrants with the feds, and everything in between.
You know, my career's filled with death pretty much. You know, you go to suicides and car accidents and all of those other things. And through that times when you start to realize, man, maybe this job is starting to have like a pretty profound effect on who I am as a person.
Like in 2022, when Matt responded to a call about an armed man threatening to kill his parents, police, and himself. After barricading himself inside the house, police say the man came outside with the gun, refusing to drop it and shooting at officers. Furkovic and other officers fired, killing the man.
He called me and said he had been in an officer-involved shooting. And I was just, my mind goes to the worst things. And like the climate with the public and the media and stuff and law enforcement, it was just like, what is our life going to look like now?
The next several hours, Matt says, were agonizing, filled with attorneys and an internal investigation.
I got into law enforcement to be the good guy. I wanted to be the thing that stood between the bad guys and the general public. And you go from being a police officer to sitting in an interview room and getting interrogated like you're the bad guy.
But perhaps the worst part, he says, was the unknown. Officers are routinely placed on leave pending an investigation into a shooting. That isolation, Matt says, morphed into a debilitating anxiety.
One night I woke up and I was covered in hives. And that anxiety started to lead to depression and some other things.
The St. Charles County prosecuting attorney found the shooting justified.
What's going on?
And Matt returned to work.
I stopped you because your plates are expired.
But as months went by, he and his wife Katie continued to process their experience.
How many cops are like involved in something and they don't feel supported and they don't feel like they have the resources, and then they just kind of wash their hands of it and like, I'm done, and like how many good cops are we losing?
So in 2023, Matt and his wife founded the 1078 Project, a nonprofit offering support after an officer's critical incident. It starts with flowers for the officer's spouse, followed by a care package hand-delivered by Matt and his wife that includes a book full of mental health resources. Greg Beninati was one of the first officers helped by the 1078 Project.
So you're talking to somebody who knows what you're feeling, who's been down that road already, and it just helps you cope with everything. He's literally shown people that it's okay to get help. I mean, take a shooting out of it, just the stuff that officers see on a daily shift, years and years and years of that is overload.
That effort extending well beyond St. Louis.
Do you remember your first hot call?
The 1078 Project podcast features interviews with law enforcement from across the country as Officer Furkovic aims to highlight their stories and struggles, one voice at a time.
If the younger guys in our community, in the law enforcement community, are willing to be honest and vulnerable and open about the way that they feel and about the effects of the job, the next generation of law enforcement will be leaps and bounds ahead.
Studies show more than 80% of first responders experience trauma on the job.
And experts say because of these challenging and stressful situations, first responders are at a high risk of developing PTSD. Annette Jansen knows their struggles. After spending years as a 911 dispatcher, she opened her own counseling practice. Jansen says PTSD doesn't set in right after a traumatic event. She says there's usually a 30-day gap. She credits younger first responders for changing the culture within the profession.
It helps normalize what they're going through as, hey, you're not crazy. This does not make you ineffective as a police officer, as a paramedic, firefighter. It doesn't make you ineffective. In fact, this is what's going to make you a better one.
Organizations like the National Alliance on Mental Illness and the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration offer resources for law enforcement.
The Fraternal Order of Police also provides a wellness program that includes support for officers' mental health. We've added links to these groups on InvestigateTV.com. Just search Officer Mental Health. Still to come, even a beautiful relationship
Why no protective gear?
Unnecessary.
can cause a little pain.
I'm wearing the netting because I did get stung.
We show you what inspires a Vermont man to pursue the sweeter side of life despite the sting.
But first, feeling puffy? Well, there's a massage for that. We provide insight into a special technique that can help the body detox and reduce uncomfortable swelling.
You can watch Investigate TV Plus anytime streaming online. Get the app for Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. It's free to download. We all want to live well, and while many of us focus on fitness, diet, and skincare, some say our lymphatic health is just as important and connected to all three.
The lymphatic system protects you from infection and destroys old or abnormal cells your body doesn't need. Typically, it collects fluids or lymph from tissues and returns them to your blood. When something disrupts this process, lymph can collect in arms, legs, ankles, or other parts of the body, making them swell. If swelling does occur, a gentle form of massage can relieve buildup of fluid.
Reporter Arian Aramburo shows us how lymphatic drainage massage can help your body.
Take a deep breath into your belly.
It might look like a relaxing massage, but this specialized technique is actually helping the body flush out toxins and reduce swelling.
And your lymph drainage is really gentle.
Jamie Newsom-Eaton is a licensed massage therapist and a certified lymphedema therapist. At her practice, she helps clients reduce swelling, improve circulation, and feel their best using a technique called lymphatic drainage.
The lymphatic system is a really important part of our circulatory system. It pulls fluid from the tissues, filters it through the body, and drains it back into the venous system.
A key player in our overall health, the lymphatic system is designed to remove waste from the body, but unlike the heart, it doesn't have a pump and relies on movement to keep things flowing.
It's very light work because we are focused on that fluid that runs just under your skin.
It also helps to make sure our organs and tissues are properly hydrated, because when our systems become overloaded with too much fluid, that can cause swelling known as edema. Many of Jamie's clients are post-op patients recovering from plastic or orthopedic surgery.
It's very normal to have some swelling after surgery, but when it gets a little out of control or takes too long to clear up, that's when we can intervene with some lymphatic drainage therapy.
And for breast cancer survivors, this type of treatment can offer some much-needed relief.
And lymphatic drainage is a really important part of managing that lymphedema for cancer survivors who have had lymph node removal.
Expectant mothers like Lindsay Garrett are also good candidates.
So we're going to be really, really gentle.
She's been a client of Jamie's for a few years, but this was her first time getting lymphatic drainage while pregnant.
It's such a gentle technique. I think I wasn't really sure going into it what exactly it would entail, and it just sort of feels like the most gentle massage you've ever had. But the results are absolutely incredible.
While hydration, movement, and a healthy diet all support our lymphatic system, a little extra help,
thanks, Lindsay,
might just be what our body needs.
According to the website Thervo, the average lymphatic drainage massage costs $100 to $150 for a 60-minute session, or $150 to $200 for 90 minutes.
Up next, to be or not to be. For a man living in Vermont, there is no question.
You can watch Investigate TV Plus anytime online. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel at Investigate TV. You can catch stories and full episodes. A Vermont man has something in common with Aristotle, Hippocrates, Girl Scout founder Agnes Powell, and Beyonce. Any idea what that could be?
You're putting me on the spot here. Yeah. That is hard. I have no idea.
It's a tough question, but they're all beekeepers.
Ah, that's good. I'm impressed you knew that. Reporter Joe Carroll discovers how you can be surrounded by sweetness in one moment and stung the next.
We might as well go. It's 8:30.
For Mike Palmer, the buzz in town is 6 miles away. He's leading a caravan of volunteers to a place in St. Albans town that's like his second home. It's an apiary, a place where beehives are kept.
It's really wonderful, you know.
The smoke calms the bees, which Mike says is rarely needed.
They're really not aggressive.
The volunteers are fellow beekeepers from all over the country.
Okay, we got it.
Like Steve Hafner from Pennsylvania. It's his third year coming to the Green Mountains.
Mike is just the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time.
Today, they're catching the queen bees in the hives.
I'm mostly concerned about the queens getting overheated in the sun.
It's 90 degrees and humid.
It's quite a process.
Super broad question. Why do you do this?
Because I love it.
Mike grabs the queen bee.
So this is the first queen to come off. Sometimes they're a little elusive.
He'll mark the queen with a tiny drop of blue paint. That's this year's color for tracing the dominant bee.
Not only do I track what year they were mated, I track which breeder queen they came from.
Joining the queen in the small box are her worker bees. They'll feed her and clean her for the duration that they're in the container. Mike will either keep the queen or sell her. Why no protective gear?
Unnecessary. You can see how ferocious they are.
Steve might differ.
Oh, how about giving them a little smoke? I'm still getting stung. Hurts every time.
And a bee got my attention in my ear.
I'm wearing the netting because I did get stung. You're calm.
Yeah, it happens.
I think I'm going to bring the hat down.
Yeah.
Are you still learning?
Always.
All morning, the master and his bee buddies move from hive to hive, looking for this sometimes elusive queen. Mike's been a beekeeper for 50 years. The Long Island native came to the University of Vermont to become a veterinarian.
Keep going more and more.
He lasted 2 semesters.
More.
Instead, he wanted to work the land. Sugaring came first.
And I'm boiling sap at night, and all night long, and boiling sap, and getting all jacked up on the sugar, and watching all those little bubbles, and I'm thinking, you know, the bees gather it, the bees boil it, the bees package it. What am I doing here at 3 o'clock in the morning boiling sap?
Life's been pretty sweet for the 76-year-old.
And one of the reasons for them is I want to share that with people. I want them to have to know the success that I had, you know.
We done? Are we done?
In a few days, Steve and the others will go back home, but Mike will carry on.
I'll be learning until the day I'm gone.
I was glued to that story, watching that guy hold those bees like, no problem.
No fear.
No fear at all.
But it's a good payoff.
It is a great payoff, for sure.
Yeah.
That's it for us here on Investigate TV Plus. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm T. Chappelle. Thanks for watching. On the next Investigate TV Plus, caregiving is one of the fastest growing medical needs in the U.S., but it comes at a high cost.
Things are okay until one day they're just not okay.
We take an in-depth look at the struggles these hidden healthcare workers face and seek solutions for more resources and support.